Hello and welcome to this brief introduction to Chicago author date style citation. My name is Sean Herron, and I am the Social Sciences Librarian here at Cal Poly Pomona. If you have questions about Chicago author date style or about citation in general, you can contact me at smharen@cpp.edu. In this tutorial, we're going to briefly describe what Chicago author date style is, explain how it differs from regular Chicago style citation, and provide a few brief examples of those differences. With a basic background in Chicago style citation, you should be able to adapt your citations to author date style after viewing this video. If you need that background in Chicago style citation, please check out these tutorials on Chicago style citation: Anatomy of a Chicago style article citation and Anatomy of a Chicago style book citation. So what is Chicago author date style citation? Well, like regular Chicago style citation, it's based on the structure laid out in the Chicago Manual of Style. However, unlike regular Chicago, the author date system is designed to be used with in-text citation instead of footnotes, and the bibliographic citations are restructured in order to be easily referenced by elements that link them to the in-text citations, which are, shockingly, the author name and the date of publication. Hence the rather obvious name of this citation style. Now, in order to make the bibliographic references easily linkable to your in-text citations, they have to be slightly restructured from normal Chicago style. So on the screen you see citations for the same book in both regular Chicago and author date format. The one glaring difference between the two is the date of publication. In regular Chicago style, it's located at the end of the citation. However, in author date, the date is moved from the end of the citation to just after the author name. The date is still followed by a period. For articles, unsurprisingly, the restructuring is slightly more complex. Once again, the date of publication is brought up to right after the author name and followed by a period, but in this case it is brought out of the parentheses it had been in regular style. However, the parentheses do not go away and do not stay empty. The issue number is placed in the parentheses and the abbreviation for number, NO period, is omitted. As you can see, the end result in both cases is a citation that looks a little bit like an APA citation, with the date of publication following directly after the author name. This is because the in-text citations in Chicago author date style draw on both these elements to link the in-text citations to the bibliographic entries, and therefore it helps to have both of these elements up front. Of course, the bibliography is only half the story, as it doesn't tell your readers where exactly the information comes from in the source you're citing, nor does it show where that information is integrated into your work. For that, you need to use the other half of the citation, the in-text citation. For information on how to format in-text citations in Chicago author date style, check out the In-Text Citations Chicago author date style tutorial. Now, obviously, there are a lot more things you can cite than articles and books, and there are some excellent resources out there to help you cite those sources. You can check out an excellent page on Chicago author date style on the webpage for the Chicago Manual of Style. Simply type the search terms Chicago author date into Google or the search engine of your choice. You can also reference the Chicago Manual of Style itself by typing Chicago 17th into one search. Finally, you can always ask your citation questions to one of our librarians. You can contact us via email by sending your question to libraryhelp, one word, @cpp.edu. Thank you for watching.